Hey, friends, this is Dave Ramsey. You're listening to talk radio that will make you think and feel. The Ken Coleman Show.
I think the world needs to know more about some of the women we've got that are doing amazing things, and so we're doing that today. BB Webb is my guest. BB is local. She is the grand poobah, if you will. The headmistress of Carl House, which is fantastic. By the way, Joe Kelly during the break was just going gaga over Carl House. And the website, while we're discussing, I want you to go check it out. It's carlhouse.com. Now, that's C-A-R-L house.com, carlhouse.com. And, man, it is, what do you say, 30 minutes from here, BB, would you say?
Yeah, about 25.
25 minutes?
Mm-hmm. Sure.
All right, so let's do this. We teased a little bit about Carl House, and we're gonna plant some great seeds for you starters out there. People are thinking about starting because, BB, you started this thing from scratch. Great vision. Nearly 10 years ago. I want you to describe what the Carl House is and all of the extenuating businesses that kind of come out of it.
Okay. Well, I had moved up to this neck of the woods just off of 85, not too far from the Mall of Georgia or Chateau-Elan, and came into ownership of an old mansion. And was really looking, what am I going to do? My background's in the arts. My dad was always in love with fine dining. Long story short, I heard a voice when I was at Carl House. I thought it was going nuts, but saying this would make a great place for people to gather and have parties. Long story short, with my partner, gutted, borrowed a ton of money, and turned it into what I'm so proud to say is one of the most popular event venues in the Southeast.
It is. And how many weddings? Give us an idea. How many weddings are you hosting over a given year or summer?
Unique weddings, 100 plus a year.
100 plus weddings a year, right in Auburn, Georgia, by the way. I didn't mention it's in Auburn, Georgia. And I had never been to Auburn, Georgia. Now, Joe is an Alabama boy. So he hears Auburn and his hair stands up on the back of his head because he likes Alabama so much. But, Joe, it's in Auburn, Georgia. Roadside. How many people, roughly? And it's like, it's a little teeny of a...
it's actually Carl, and Carl's too small for their own post office, so that's why it's Auburn.
So that's why it's Auburn.
Carl, 230 people.
230 people, but this place is beautiful. And so out of this... You got this old mansion, you add on to it.
Build a business and went through the challenging times, and that's where I just decided that we had to create new profit centers. So we always had culinary and great chefs in-house, but then I started a floral division and have a fabulous designer who designs in a studio that we built for her. And then also developed just recently off-site catering, where we're bringing the party to people all over the area. And that's been so fun. Yeah. Andrea Harris is our new salesperson for outside catering. And that's just taking off, and it's been great to really spread the word in a bigger way, not just in-house. And then I was over in Shanghai, China, and got a whim and started this BB brand jewelry line. In fact, I don't want to take too much of time here.
I see a box
but
right here.
It's a box. Remember, I brought you flowers, so it looks good for your wife.
Gosh.
This is one of my
jewelry?
It's a sea pearl. It's part of the BB brand jewelry line.
Now, I'm going to open it right now, but I'm still going to just act like I gave it to my wife without looking at it.
Yeah, and then the third thing I'm just developing right now, it's called Find Your Twirl dipping sauce that I'm developing with my new chef, Chef Brian, and I want it to be, find your twirl, dip into the life that you love.
See, now, so there's a reason why I've got her on here. You see this woman is a serial entrepreneur. She cannot help herself. And so I went to the Carl House. We had coffee, as I mentioned. The grounds were beautiful. She won't mention all the awards. She's a nationally recognized wedding expert because of, obviously, their facility. So I would just give a quick plug. If you are thinking about getting married, carlhouse.com, C-A-R-L house.com. And they can do corporate events, all types of events.
In-house or outside.
Phenomenal.
Yeah.
I wanted you to explain all that because you have successfully taken tributaries off of that dream, that initial dream to gut an old house.
Yeah.
So talk to the people out there that have a burning desire. They've heard a voice, right? And they think they're a little crazy because it is scary. And you did take on a lot of risk. What would you say to young entrepreneurs that maybe give us some advice from what you've learned, from starting something, staying the course, and making it work?
When people always say, you've heard parents say, well, he's going to college for this, or when I was an actress, like, well, you have a backup plan. And I think that when you have a backup plan, you don't move forward.
Oh, wow.
And I think that just the idea that if it's something you love, you don't have to have it all figured out. I certainly didn't. I wasn't a business person. I was an artist. And if you just take it step by step and you look for the gifts in front of you and you eke out the people who can really support you and tell you the truth. It's taken me 10 years to surround myself what I think is the right people to help me, tell me the truth, guide my company. And so I can be focusing on the things I love best, which is really creating cool stuff. And then the people who love working with the brides or who love the financial aspect or the marketing, they can do those jobs. But it's finding the right people. I surround myself with great people, and that makes me all the better.
Wow, some good stuff there from BB Webb here on the Ken Coleman Show. BB, you just said something, no plan B.
No.
I love that.
Yeah.
Because if you're going to fail, you might as well fail spectacularly.
And you know what? One thing I was thinking on the way in, that I've made a lot of mistakes. All my talks that I give are talking about things that I made a mistake. If you're not making mistakes, you're not moving forward. You're going to mess up. You're going to make people mad. You try not, but hopefully you surround yourself with people who know your heart and they're forgiving as you are of them, and just to hold on to them dearly.
But see, what I love about people like you is that you don't allow mistakes to define you. You allow mistakes to refine you.
Yes,
I just made that
I
up.
like that.
You got to give me credit because it just popped in my mind. But no, I want you to talk about that.
Well, it's think of it. Do you learn from the accolades you get? I learned from the stuff where I fall on my face and go, dang, darn it, that hurt.
That's right.
What do I do differently the next time? And that's why, people you say about, the economy and what happened was awful. It's the best thing that happened to me because it made me buck up and go, gosh, my cash flow's out of control, payroll's out of control. What do I need to do differently to be a better business person that this crisis has taught me? And now I can run my business more effectively. So welcome the bad. It doesn't feel great, but you get through it and it feels good.
Folks, I'll tell you what feels good is great conversation with an entrepreneur who gets it. She's honest. She is BB Webb. She is the owner, and she runs carlhouse.com. I gave you the website. Am I not just built for promo, Joe?
Thank you.
It's Carl House, CARL House, and .com. Here's what I want to do. I'm going to shake it up. Right. It's my show.
Yeah.
So here's what I'm going to do. There's some more stuff that I want to talk to, and I want to get a unique female perspective on. Okay. So will you stay for one more segment?
I would love to.
All right. Absolutely. I'm going to bump my next segment, Joe, because last time I checked, it's the Ken Coleman Show.
Hey, I love that.
All right, folks, coming up next, we're going to dive deep into some advice for young women. This is the Ken Coleman Show.
Like our show? There's more on Facebook at facebook.com/Ken Coleman Show.